Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Sorry, my Zoom is like covering my screen. Hi, everyone. Hello, our loyal fans. We are kicking off. So, yeah. Oh, shit, I didn't put music. That's all right. We'll get there. Vogler is no more. It's been laid to waste by the invincible Red Dragon army. Um, I don't actually have too much to recap just because I feel like that's the big thing that happened. You all had really cool and heroic moments using your wits, taking over a tank, using powerful spells to thwart the enemy, surprisingly growing wings to save Lyx's beloved father. Um, and Darrett and you all kind of helped, even save Captain Rodon, who was looking in a bad spot as a statue. Um, but yeah, you all took out the ogre general or captain or whoever they were that seemed to be leading the ground assault. But hearing of the tide, seeing the tide being used at such a strong level, seeing these skilled warriors and even the Voglins fighting back caused the Red Dragon army to send out stronger reinforcements. Um, and in this case, it looks like the leader of the Red Dragon army herself, Kinsaldi Fire Eyes, who basically let you all escape after burning down the city. Told you all to tell Calaman what's coming for them. Um, and I'll get more to describing Calaman and stuff, but it's kind of like, this cool big city behind me in my background now. But yeah, she used scary sorcerer looking magic to create this scary face. Oh yeah, there's the wing from Willow. I still need to save your character's image somewhere, Willow. But we'll get there. Yeah, created a really scary illusion thaumaturgy spell to talk to all of you to be able to echo her voice across the river to every Voglin that was within reach. Kind of cockily respecting you all for even putting up a fight. I don't know if cockily is a word, but I just made that up. Um, and but also kind of being condescending, right? Kind of saying that she has no fear of you or Calaman. You all are feeling the waves of the Vingard River rock your folding boat back and forth. But the moonlight jellyfish continue their migration around you all. Okay. Okay, the waves of the Vingard River rock your folding boat. The moonlight jellyfish continue to light the way toward Calaman as they continue their migration alongside you all. Behind you, Vogler becomes a distant, smoky memory. Darkness consumes it and the sky as the night draws in, and the three moons of Kryn, the white Solinari, the red Lunitari, and the pitch black, star-blocking Nuitari fill the night sky. The moonlight jellies shine brighter as the sky darkens. The people of Vogler are somber. Heads are down in the boats, ferries and canoes that surround you all. You can hear some crying on some of the boats. For those who have lost someone or just losing Vogler itself. Um, you can also hear some moans of pain from certain people who are injured, including actually Waywin, who's kind of struggling still with his leg. Even though Raven was able to kind of fix up his leg a bit, he still can't really move it and is in pain. And everyone just kind of in silence, enjoying the moonlight jellyfish, but also being shocked at what happened and trying to comprehend that Vogler is no more. Um, what does this mean for them and for all of you? For everyone that's on the boat with you all, there's Darrett and Sneak at the very front, or I guess at the very back, still looking back at Vogler, with fury and vengeance in their hearts. We also have the Deling family cuddled up, trying to keep warm, just trying to take a breather after everything that's happened. Lyx, you're with your dads on this boat. both of them life were being threatened only, a couple dozen minutes ago, and now they're here with you. And then there's Melvin and Willow and Jayev. Jayev, the scout lieutenant of Kujal. You three, kind of just there as well. Yeah, you all are kind of chilling when suddenly two small birds, belted kingfishers, frantically fly toward you all, landing on the stern of the boat. So landing near Sneak and Darrett. They seem to be panting heavily, their hearts beating in affray. And just as a reminder, this is what the kingfisher bird looks like. So yeah, little pair just kind of panting and scared, obviously flying away from the disaster of Vogler, uh, trying to find some peace on this boat. Um, and this is the scene. You all are floating with this crew heading toward Calaman, a place that maybe some of you have seen, but probably pretty new to most of you.
So it like this bird flies by us.
It's actually like on the boat, like on the stern, the back of the boat,
Hmm.
like on the ridge, whatever that is.
Would I see it?
Yeah, you and Darrett definitely see them.
I don't know. I'll grab the bird. Can I grab the bird? Can I just like try to pick it up?
Sure. So are you
See?
trying to you're trying to just like get it on you, or like you're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
grab?
Yeah, like maybe like just offer to see if it would like to get, you know,
Okay. Do a survival check.
survival check here.
And yours is like super buffed because of your scout thing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Where'd it go? Oh, I got a 7.
Okay. That I don't think it has your scout on there, which should be
Well, I my
plus it's times two your proficiency, so that's four. So that's
4. Yeah,
11.
it was 4. It does say 4 is on there.
Okay, cool.
It was just a
Oh
low roll.
shit, so you rolled horrific. You rolled
Yeah, it
like
was a low
a
roll.
okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Shit.
rolled a 3.
Yeah, I mean the bird doesn't fly away. You didn't do so badly to scare it away, but it definitely doesn't go on you and it kind of like hops away further on the stern.
Fuck you too,
A
then,
really
bird.
yeah, a really sad symbolic moment, I guess. I don't know. The bird of Vogler jumping away from you.
I'll
kind of
prob.
being oh kind of being reminded and sort of seeing this little bird. Melvin's sort of looking forward, but kind of glancing. A kind of small smile. Opening his pack, he sort of pulls out and rummages in his bag for a moment, uh, and pulls out the Kingfisher trophy. He sort of looks at the trophy, looks at the bird, and then sort of turns to Willow, sort of tapping her on her shoulder, and kind of offers it sort of silently.
So wait, Melvin, are you offering this trophy to Willow?
Yeah, it is in fact Willow's, but
Right.
Willow, I mean, I didn't quite get to give this back to you before all of this sort of happened. But I thought you might take a little bit of comfort and strength. You did real good out there.
Willow really appreciates the gesture, but I don't think she really wants to kind of deal with things right now. She's just kind of mentally going through everything. She personally had felt like she had finally found a place to kind of settle down. And as soon as she started feeling comfortable, well, Dragon Army came out. So even though it wasn't her hometown or anything, and she hadn't been there very long, it was one of the few places that she was getting attached to. So I think she'll kind of just take the trophy from him and kind of clasp him on the shoulder, but not really be thinking about the trophy, just kind of staring off into space, kind of.
And then as this is happening, Bilbrix kind of notices you two having this exchange and again ask you, Willow, what are you? Where'd you get those wings? How did you save me like that?
I I really don't know. It could be a blessing from the Raven Queen. I I really have no clue. I just felt like if I jumped off the cliff, I could come get you. And now that I think about it, I don't know. Something just compelled me to do it. I I just had faith.
That Raven what? And then like most people are like, I actually rolled a natural one. The people's like knowledge of this religious deity, um, except for one character who then I'll react. But yeah, Bill Briggs is like, Raven, what? You know, this is sometimes hearing stuff like that's why are the few times I miss Nevermind. None of this tied mobo jobo, just things that work and things that function that move you from point A to point B. But whatever. Thank you so much for your wings and weird sorcerer stuff. Um, and then Derek kind of like perks up and says, "Did you say Raven Queen?
Yes.
How do you
She's
know
come
that
to me a
name?"
few times in trouble.
And then he kind of just looks at you in like confusion, but also maybe in slight awe. And he's kind of speechless. And it looks like he wants to say something, but he doesn't. And then he kind of just turns around and looks back at Vogler. Right now, Vogler is just this small smoking area. And actually, as the sky gets darker and the smoke kind of billows up further, the dragons start to disappear. They start to disappear behind the clouds and the smoke. Um, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like they're totally gone from the region of above Vogler.
I think if there's room, Willow's going to start making her way back to the boat and just kind of knowing that we're losing view of it, just try to get a last glance silently, and then move back to wherever she was earlier.
Yeah, the horizon there is definitely teetering out as that smoke disappears. That is the last look of Vogler, at least for now. And then, suddenly, in the distance, you all see two large, bright lights emanating from tall stone towers. Their light serves as a beacon to Kalaman, the city known for being the beacon of the East, a place of safety, of massive walls, of preservation of knowledge and history, a place of trade, fishing, a place of art, of religions, of diversity, of all kinds of people, a place that has withstood countless great wars and even the cataclysm itself. So you see these two beacons, kind of like lighthouses, right? I think of like medieval, giant, cool stone lighthouses lighting up the sky. And there's actually a good array of like torches and other well-lit, large torches that kind of guide the way to this massive port area where you can see all kinds of ships in the distance. They still look like dots, but as you guys get closer and closer, you all see colossal stone statues. One of them, mustached knight, with his sword standing sharp and on the ground as his hands cuff the hilt. He has what looks to be a helmet with wings on it, and on the other side of him, creating an even more beautiful scene, is an enormous dragon made of stone, wings spread out as it appears to emerge from the water, and cascades fall from throughout all of its body. So this is kind of what I'm imagining. This is an open water though. So it's not really on a thing like this. So kind of like this, these two giant colossal statues, one of what looks to be maybe a gentleman in this epic armor with a big sword, and the other one a dragon coming out of the water. And Darrett looks in awe at both of these statues.
I think I'm just like enamored, like, whoa, that is amazing. Never seen anything like that.
Yeah, so you're looking at it pretty intently then, Sneak? Why don't you do a history check? And just tell
May
me
I
what it
also
is.
do one?
Yeah, anyone. Any check you want to do that you think applies to this, do it.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh, shit! This is big. This is really big.
A 19.
That's also amazing. This is so cool, Sneak. All right, this kind of makes sense. All right. So Sneak, you immediately recognize these two. Because these two are the greatest heroes of the Knights of the Rose, or at least one of them is. The gentleman is Huma Dragonbane, and the one across from him, the giant, amazing dragon, which you know is a silver dragon, is Heart. Her name is just Heart. And you know the main story of them. And Melvin, you actually know this too, but I think with Sneak's natural 20, this story speaks to him. This story like speaks to him and his family. And maybe it sparked your curiosity in the Knights of the Rose. Because where are they? Where are the Knights of the Rose now? Why don't they really exist anymore? When they had great heroes like this. But anyways, Huma Dragonbane and Heart, to make a long story short, through circumstance, I just saw Banks's ass. Through circumstance, they came to be companions, and they fell in love. But Heart was an elf in disguise, or she was disguised as an elf the whole time. But eventually, she joined Huma to fight Takhisis herself in the Second Great Dragon War. And they helped each other to create dragon lances. And using those dragon lances, after a heroic sacrifice from Heart, they actually defeated Takhisis and sealed her. And that's actually the last time that Takhisis has been heard of in Krynn, was the Second Great Dragon War. So Sneak, you know of this romance, this love story that led to the fall of Takhisis and unfortunately the death of the dragon. So now here Calaman is honoring these two heroes who helped save the world, essentially.
You said it was Heart and Huma?
Yeah, so like human, but without an N. So
Okay.
Huma Dragonbane. Yeah. And you guys can, Sneak and Melvin, realizing all of this, you also notice like Darrett is taken aback, like aghast to see these finally in person. Even though it's not that far from his home, he never traveled out to Calaman. And to see, yeah, these two great heroes, some of the greatest heroes this world has ever seen, greeting you both, thousands of years from the past. He's looking kind of emotional. But yeah, I guess everyone, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think I would maybe just rush to where my family is, like wherever they might be, and just try to like be like, dude, have you ever seen this? Like, do you know what this is? Were you aware of this?
And then Smarts is like, I've seen drawings of it, but this is incredible. This is beyond what I could have thought. And then Sly's like, I guess it's pretty cool. And Ma's like, wow, how marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. And then Pa's like, the drawings exaggerated it. It ain't that cool. And Darrett's just kind of taken aback, just really taking them in as you guys are sailing by them. You can see writings in different languages, that say, with heart and unity, you can conquer all. love is the answer. And it just says it in all the different languages of Kryn. You can see them spread throughout. And then suddenly, boats come near you all, filled with soldiers of Calaman, and they start pointing, like, they're yelling at you all, like, you know, go to this port, we'll meet you all there, refugees of Vogler, come with us, follow us. And it's a very organized system as they're guiding you through, you know, dodging the trade ships that are filling up this massive port. You can now see the beacons, the two beacons that look like medieval lighthouses towering above you all, and you can see, let me actually share with you all. So here's kind of another cool image of what I was imagining a bit with Heart, the silver dragon who gave her life to help seal Takesis away in the Second Great Dragon War. Kind of inspired by this for Calaman, thinking of this cool city along this giant hill or giant mountain with epic stone statues everywhere of all the heroes. Remember, this is a city that's withstood time, so it tries to honor and really draw emphasis to the heroes throughout the history of Kryn, not just Calaman and this region. And this is actually Calaman. This is what the creators of Dragonlance perceive Calaman as. So it's multiple walls, and way up high on the tallest parts of the mountain is Castle Calaman. So you guys, no matter where you are in the city, you can see Castle Calaman. You can be, unless you're underground obviously, but you can be laying down on the ground and you'll probably see the tip of the Castle Calaman. It's always the guiding point to reach the center of the city, this large spiraling castle with various towers, red rooftops. It's walled and in many areas, and a lot of it's actually open to the public. And this is something that Willow and Lyx would definitely know. Yeah, so you guys are all seeing this kind of a hectic scene as you're all being guided to the port. And eventually you all make it to, and now I'm jumping to roll 20, so I'll be jumping around quite a bit. Big old port where you land, and you guys are all over here. All the homies are here on your folding boat. Mare Raven has already made it she was ahead of you all, right, on the boats. And she says, she's yelling like with joy. She's like, they made it, they made it. Bring Waywin over immediately. Bring him over. And then you see this gentleman actually who looks like this, right behind Mare Raven. And he says, and I kind of imagine him with a really deep, powerful voice. I don't know why my brain keeps going to like Gantu from Lilo and Stitch, but he sounds good. He doesn't sound evil. He doesn't sound as menacing. But yeah, so he's like, yes, bring your sick, bring your tired, bring them over. We have medical tents over here. The white robes are here to help. Come.
So I think as soon as we dock, since Willow's not injured, she's just gonna start helping unload any supplies we were able to bring, unload Wayman and any other injured people, just trying to help out.
Cool. Okay. So let's do that then. Let's say that you grab Waywin and bring his ass over to way over here where the medical tents are. The dark bald gentleman who says, I'm Fizzban, by the way. You can come with me. He takes you over to these tents. You kind of rush over. Bilbrick certainly wants to be next to his partner during this, and he rushes over. And just so you all know, this place is fully explorable and fully interactable. Just do what you want to do, kind of like what Willow just said. There's nothing I'm going to do here. This is just a scene. People bustling everywhere. I could describe it better. A lot of the people you see are actually Voglins, right, that have just arrived, Voglin refugees. There's a good mix of guards, what look like normal city watch guards, but also you can see the blue and silver armored city soldiers, or soldiers of Calaman. Sorry, not city guards. So the military and city guards are here, and you also see a few other peculiar individuals. You can hear some weird shouting kind of going on way over here where I'm signaling. And there's two large minotaurs in weird kind of white opened up robes. It looks like they're preaching or saying something over there. Yeah, you can see a couple of interesting figures over here. A little kid over here is kind of shouting about something. It's hard to tell from this distance. And then from what you all can tell, there's a bunch of medical tents and help tents and resources over here where the injured and the sick are being tended to. And yeah, and Fizban kind of guides you into a medical tent, Willow, as you're carrying Waywin. And Waywin's immediately taken from you by a few nurses and doctors, and they ask that like most of you leave, that only his closest should stick around if they need to, but they need to, that it looks serious, that they gotta dive into this immediately. And Fizban kind of exits as well immediately and kind of rushes back to see if anyone else needs guidance or help anywhere. And Mayor Raven's also kind of following around, helping bring out other injured. Bilbrick stays with Waywin in that tent, let's say, as he's being tended to. I'll say that Derek kind of like slowly gets off and just kind of stands at the porch, or at the fucking, oh my god, what's it called? The
Dock.
port. The dock, there we go, the dock. Just kind of shocked to be in this place, you know, this place where beyond these buildings here, you can see all kinds of huge buildings and all kinds of residences. You can see tents of market stands or people living in them potentially. And then in the distance, you keep seeing Castle Calaman, the shining, pointiest part, tallest part of Calaman. And great question, Errol, or Melvin. It is actually still night. You guys still arrived at night. It is evening. But this place is very well lit. There's all kinds of torches everywhere, especially here in this entrance area. So you guys can pretty much see almost as if it was bright light along the streets. Not so much obviously on the rooftops and the gutters and alleys and such. Yeah, and we'll say
Turning
that.
towards
Oh, sorry.
Derek, Melvin just sort of like touches his elbow and sort of gives a reassuring smile and sort of inclines his head towards like, let's go, let's get to work kind of, and trying to keep Derek present.
Yeah, that's a great word for what there is right now. He doesn't seem present. He seems lost. Yeah, he seems pretty out of it. He doesn't seem present. He seems shocked. All of it's so fresh to him as it is to all of you. And yeah, he's still holding Becklin's helmet too in one of his arms. And he kind of just looks at you, Melvin, and says, "Thank you. I think I just need a moment to catch myself, but I want to be able to help very soon again." And he's just kind of looking at the water, and who knows what he's thinking of, just kind of sitting on the edge of the dock, looking at himself maybe in the reflection of the river. But yeah, behind you all, there's still all kinds of activity with ships moving. You could hear people yelling like, "Move to starboard," and all this kind of stuff. Clearly, Thaddeus is that how you say his name, Colton?
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus is people and workers doing what they're supposed to do, organizing the ships almost like a traffic guide, traffic lights. JF kind of does like a cool little jump over here, and then he's like, "Oh shit, wait, you need help, don't ya?" And then he jumps back and like picks up Rodon. And Rodon, who's pretty much at death's door, is like, Thank you, friend. And he's like, yeah. And he does take him over to the tents as well, and I can actually move both of them.
I think Sneak is gonna mosey off as well. But he might explore and investigate the area a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe find something of use, or at
sure.
least something to give him some information on something.
Yeah, so go ahead and move your characters. Move your characters. I can help describe what's going on wherever you're at. You're trying to talk to people. That's totally acceptable too.
Move him like right around here, like right there.
Sorry, where are you, Sneak? Okay, over there. Perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, your family kind of gets off too, and they actually like the idea of just kind of hanging out at the dock for a moment to catch themselves. And then Melvin, the boat, you say the command word abracafabulous or whatever it is, and it folds back into a little paper boat. So pretend this ship is gone. Coming over here, you actually see Buff with his big old uncle, who I didn't make a token for, but that's his uncle right there. His uncle's like almost 7 feet tall, really husky, giant dude, very friendly, big old white beard, and Buff. And you can see Buff, like they both kind of have blankets. His uncle looks exhausted. He's just kind of like leaning against this. This is actually like, this is another level. So he's kind of leaning against it, trying to sleep. And Buff is trying to start a fire and failing horribly to try and keep them warm. So that's what Buff's up to right there.
I guess I could go walk up to him and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah, Buff is trying to do a little stick moving thing on some sticks. He's like, "Oh man, I actually never started a fire, bro." And he's like, "And my arm's kind of hurt from carrying Lyx's dad
I could give it a
and all
shot.
those barrels." Really?
Yeah, I can try to help you.
Okay, do a survival check.
Fingers crossed, it's better than a 7. Alright.
What's going on? Wait, roll it
It's a
again.
7.
What's going on with? There's no way. What's going on with your dice?
Alright,
Okay,
18.
it's okay. I'm actually gonna say that Buff helps you, so it's gonna be at advantage. You guys like both put your heads together and like I guess your muscles. And a spark starts, and the fire starts to pick up. And then
Mission
Buff's like,
accomplished.
"Oh, dude, thank you, bro, thank you." And he says, "I got some bread if you want bread. That's all I can offer, really."
I would love a bite of bread, at least one. Little
Not
part
just
of
a
it even
bite,
would be
just
fine.
take it, bro. And he throws you a little like croissant-looking thing. It's like
A
one of the last from the
croissant.
shop. Yeah, we were
Thank
able to
you.
save some from the shop.
You're the best.
Yeah, but it's probably the last time you'll get something like that, unfortunately.
I'll cherish it.
That's true. This is the last bread made from Vogler.
Lyx is still on the dock, but I guess noticing Buff and Sneak will walk toward them. Hey guys.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hello.
What's up, little Lyx?
Hey, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you kind of notice like just how smoky he looks. His hair looks singed. He looks totally beat up and like scratched up. Because he was around when the explosion hit that hurt your dad, obviously, but he was able to recover. And he kind of says, "Is your dad all right?"
Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay. They're both a little messed up, but they're good.
Oh, dude, that's so good to hear. I was really scared for him. I tried to get there as fast as I could. I'm sorry I couldn't make it faster.
Hey, that's okay. Listen, do you have any more bread?
Yeah, and then he gets like from his pouch bag and gives you a piece of bread. As he kind of just puts his hands back over the fire blanket over his shoulders. He like puts like another blanket over his uncle, who's at this point snoring super loud, just totally knocked out, making the loudest snoring sounds imaginable. And you guys are all kind of chilling at this fire, kind of recovering yourselves, feeling a little bit of rest.
I think that once Bilbrix and them are just comfy where they're at, I'm gonna go find Lyx to tell her where her family is if she wants to go see them.
So that happens. You do that.
Thanks, Willow. Yeah, I'll go walk over there.
Yeah, and you get there, and Bilbrix is outside, and he kind of gives you another strong hug and says they're operating on him, Lyx. They had to act immediately. They
Operate.
told us, yes, his bone is broken. They're not sure if he'll be able to walk, at least not anytime soon, without some kind of, without time. Even with healing, there's white robes in there. Sorry, I'm sorry, little Pebble, but I'm just happy he's here with us.
I can't believe this. I can't believe we're here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you know me, and I guess I know you. I'm not much for places like this. This is, well, I don't want to kill the mood. I can complain later, but unless you want to chat shit about Calaman, of course.
I'm just thinking about the last time the three of us were here. You were dropping me off at school. Now this.
Yeah, I'm sorry about how this has shaped out. I just got over you leaving that school, and now we're somehow back here. And I don't want you to be here either.
Hey, Buff gave me some of the last of their bakery bread. Here, give some to Dad too.
Yeah, he takes a little nibble, and you could tell that he's like his brain, he's kind of a foodie, like his brain goes ham when there's good food in him, and he has to like kind of prevent himself from going further. And he's like, yes, definitely. I will save some for Waywin. On the bright side, I've seen a lot of rats around. Those are your friends, right? You like them, little Pebble?
Yes. I'll feed them once everyone from Bogler is fed.
Yeah, and suddenly there's actually these two people over here. They look younger. They look like they're losing control of their boat. They're refugees as well from Vogler. And yeah, they look like they're about to crash into the port. And the guards are kind of like yelling at them, trying to help calm them down. This guard kind of runs over there. But they're basically tweaking, for lack of a better word.
I think Melvin would like to kind of address Mayor Raven. He sort of sidles up to her, sort of nervous. He can see that she's busy, but sort of ordering the disembarkation of all of these people. But in Melvin's mind, the first question is, well, what now? They've managed to survive this brutal attack, and everything that they know has been ripped away from them. Feeling that Melvin can empathize with, so I think he kind of uh, settles up to Mayor Raven and sort of tugs at her sleeve.
Yeah, and she's definitely helping point people to the right direction with Fizzban. And she's actually you kind of caught her at an okay time, because it seems like a lot of the Voglins have found some kind of respite, are talking to city guards, trying to figure things out themselves. And yeah, she's just kind of chatting with Fizzban, and then you tug at her shoulder, and she says, "Oh, Melvin, hello, Melvin."
Madam Mayor, well,
And then she stops you. Just Raven. Just Raven.
sort of nodding. Raven, then. Well, it seems like everybody's sort of getting settled, at least here, but what should we do? Where should we direct? How can I help?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to talk to Fizzban here about, and I might have to talk to some of the city guards, but it appears that they have a population and refugee crisis going on. The city guards are registering everyone's names here, and they're telling us to stay put for now, but it sounds like there's no room left in the city for us. will have to live in the trade camps where some of the other refugees are living outside of the walls of Vogler, or of Calaman. I'll see what I can do. There has to be something, some kind of old buildings or something that can be repurposed. The city's enormous. And then Fizban kind of like jumps in with his deep, strong voice, and he says, there are certainly buildings capable of holding all of you, but our High Council won't just let people live in these buildings willy-nilly, unfortunately. But it's just know that myself and my priests, we will advocate for you all to the best of our abilities. I've never seen so many come from one village. You all truly put on an excellent defense. And then he kind of like, puts his hands up and says, this must be hundreds of people from just Vogler. I thought Vogler was a small town. And as he says that, like, more people kind of come to and start thanking you all, start thanking the soldiers that made it back, start kind of going to all of you and hugging you. There's some families that kind of ambush you guys over here at the fire pit, including Buff. The Delings are also approached awkwardly by people, by Voglins, and also by some just normal Calaman citizens who are amazed and shocked that so many people have come from one place. There's been entire nations where way less people have come. People are kind of crowding you all. Some people are actually going to you, Willow, particularly. Some Voglins are saying, you're an angel, you're gonna save us. You're gonna save us, aren't you, Willow? We always knew you were special. I knew when you got that fish, I knew it. And then the crowd gets kind of bigger and bigger. So you can imagine more and more people kind of forming over here, surrounding all of you.
Willow is visibly so uncomfortable.
And then you hear like other people saying, the Delings, did you see them just shooting people left and right? They're crazy. They're amazing. I knew those crazy hicks had something in them. And then, yeah, and more people are kind of coming to you, Melvin, and saying, can you heal us? My dad's being taken care of in the medical tents, but I feel like you can do better than them. I saw what you did. I saw how you came back.
Well, I'll try my best.
And then Fizban kind of gets in the way and says, the white robes and the medical staff of Calaman will take care of your family. Our friend Melvin here needs rest as well. They all need rest. They've done their part for tonight. And then he kind of like kindly puts his hands on this person's shoulder and says, we're all going to be here for each other. And then like gives them like a really kind smile. And then kind of looks at you. If you want to run away, you can. He kind of like looks at you, giving you the option. But if you want to stick around, you can.
That's definitely Melvin's out. So,
And he
giving
kind
a polite,
of like winks at you. Once
giving
you,
a polite inclination to Raven, he starts to kind of look around, look for the other bronze bombers, and looking over his shoulder. Garrett,
yeah. What's up, Melvin?
let's find the others.
And then he kind of like says, sure, I heard about our situation. It doesn't sound good. Looks like we're gonna have to sleep out here.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe we can find something among the people here. I don't know.
better cold and wet than, you know.
Right. All right, let's go. And then you guys kind of run into this crowd of people surrounding your friends, and then suddenly you all hear like a crash over here, and these two young people.
Oh, I nudged Willow.
These two young people fall into the water and are kind of flailing around, struggling. One of them's like their oar has them like tangled up, and they're just kind of. I mean, it doesn't look good. Looks like they're in trouble.
Yeah, no, Willow is going to use this as the out to get away from all of the things that are making her uncomfortable, and I think she's going to go for the one that looks like they're drowning more.
Okay, so jump in the water then.
Do I need to roll something?
Yeah, I think let's just do
Athletics.
athletics. Yeah, let's do athletics. I was tempted to do survival, but that doesn't really make sense. Oh shit, that's
not
not
great.
great. Yeah,
No,
so
it's
you're
not.
actually struggling there with them. They're like kind of on you, but they're like freaking out, like kind of smacking your head. You know, it looks like a puppy on another dog just struggling to swim. It's not a great situation right now. And then like one of the Bogans is like, huh, she's gonna save the day again. And then like this happens, and he's like, oh, I think. And
Lyx nudges Sneak and maybe grabs the bag of holding
oh,
and walks over, pulls out the immovable rod to like
oh shit.
release it right at a way so Willow could easily grab onto it.
Yeah, and the crowd goes, wait, do you let go of it, of the immovable rod?
Yeah, I'll place it in like a
Immediately the crowd goes, oh. They're all shocked. And now, Willow, you can do an athletics check at advantage because you have this great tool to help lift you up. And these guards kind of jump on the boat to steady it. So they're kind of reaching their arms out to help. Okay, well, we'll do the, oh yeah, 17. There we go. That is good enough for you to, you grab a hold of the immovable rod and then with your other arm somehow lift up this young, let's say young teen girl. And the guards kind of help lift her back on the boat. The other guy kind of flails over and is also helped by the guards. As you, I don't know, how do you get back out of here? You have one hand now on the immovable rod, Willow. That's floating in air, by the way, right? It's just locked in space. So basically a pull-up bar that's just floating above you.
I think she's going to stay in the water for a little bit longer because she's visibly uncomfortable by everything that's happening on shore, but she's eventually going to like click it and get out sopping wet again.
So you click it to like bring it back down to you and just kind of swim back normally. And then the crowd kind of cheers like, yeah, Willow, yeah. And then you hear someone say, that's my angel. Oh. And yeah, you have a fan club, clearly. Buff is just like, wow, she's so freaking strong. And then he's like trying to flex. You can tell he's like trying to flex to like prove to himself that he's still somewhat strong. Yeah. And actually, I think we will take a break. But the last thing you guys hear in this region is you actually finally hear this little kid who's yelling, extra, extra, read all about it, extra, extra, scoop news, come get your latest scoop news. And that's where we will stop.
A few minutes later.
So yeah, so these two people kind of thank you, Willow, as they get off. You know, the crowd's kind of cheering for you, but eventually they do get a little bored and kind of skedaddle. And yeah, and then from over here, you all hear that little kid kind of yelling about extra, extra, just really classic, like 1920s or 1800, late 1800s, whatever it is, newspaper bullshit. Just yelling about scoop news, get the latest issue, scoop news. And hold up, let me check what the big headlines are. Marshal Nestor Vendry, the Rose Reborn? Find out more in Scoop News, Scoop News. Brave Calamity soldiers march to assist the citizens of Vagler. Ghouls attack in Mount Kawamba. Scoop News has it all, Scoop News. And then over...
Lyx goes up to purchase a news article from the Newsy.
Okay. And yeah, and like you approach him and I mean, he's as you know, stereotypical as you can get with this kind of character. Has the little cap. Let me see if I can make him turn into the Colossal Titan real quick. Can you see that a little better?
Oh, yeah.
So just a little kid with a newspaper. Let's bring him back to size.
Hey kid, I'll
Uh,
take.
Oh, thanks. It's just 1 gold piece. And actually, we got a special deal going on for refugees. For 4 gold pieces, you get a full year subscription. And we'll make sure to deliver it to you.
What? How will you know where I live?
Oh, we got Aarakocra that fly all over. Our head journalist is actually an Aarakocra.
I'm good. I'll just take the one.
Okay, you're missing out on the deal of a lifetime, though. Thank you.
And then he gives you these are the headlines of Scoop News. And basically, if you have any questions on like more details on any of this, you can let me know. But Timmy looks at you and says, "Thanks so much for buying." Oh yeah, and he says, "By the way, my name's Timmy. Yeah, we're Scoop News. If you got the poop, we got the scoop. We're all about getting the news from the people."
Nice. How do
Or
I
the truth.
how do I let you know about news stories?
Well, oh really? You you want to share? You want to interview? I can get my boss, the head journalist, Script.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously just came from Vogler.
He grabs before you finish, he grabs this weird contraption and kind of blows into it. It looks kind of like a weird gnomish clockwork contraption, and it makes a weird yell into the sky. This Aarakocra comes flying down, launches right in front of you, and he's got goggles on. Where am I? He's got goggles on, and he takes them off and puts them on his head, and says, and you can kind of imagine like kind of that kind of vibe going on. And it's, "Hey, Toots, how's it going, Toots? Good to see you. The name is Script. Script right here with Scoop News. If you got the poop, we got the scoop. How can I help you?" And then he's got a notepad out. He's got all this stuff that you see, these extra goggles, these extra layers. You could tell that some of the goggles have a lot of fog. He kind of like cleans them up, probably from the pollution of flying around, the dust and shit that he's running around into in the sky. You see this Aarakocra. I don't know if Lyx has ever seen an Aarakocra. Maybe you have actually, since you've been to Calaman. But they're basically bird people. This guy's got big old brown wings. He does have hands and arms like a human. And then yeah, he kind of has that narrator voice from The Legend of Korra. I'm thinking of that kind of voice. And he says, "Say, you all wouldn't happen to be Voglin refugees, would ya?"
Yeah, we are. And Sneak, Willow, Melvin, are you with me?
Yeah, so you call for your friends. And he says, "Oh, wow, we're getting a group interview today. Wow, this is amazing, folks. This is amazing. This could be a great story indeed. Alrighty. Well, I'm Script. Nice to meet you all. My full name by my parents' lineage is Script and Sue of the Brown Featherwing clan. But you guys can just call me Script. Skrib. Nice to meet you all. So what do you got to tell me, Boglins? How's your day going? Probably not too good."
I was gonna say, I might stay by the fire. Where it's warm. Completely.
Melvin, realizing that he's
As
the only
as you
person
walk
who looks
away,
like he's gonna say,
no,
oh, go
wait,
ahead.
sorry. As you walk away, he notices that you're cold, and he kind of like points at Timmy, and Timmy brings over a torch and brings the torch closer to you and says, "Oh, we don't want to miss out on any good interview, sir. Here, I'll keep you warm with this here torch. You stick around and be real warm." And then he kind of like grabs, he actually takes off his little jacket and puts it on you, and it fits really well.
Okay, that's wonderful. I'll join now.
And then Timmy kind of looks at you and says, "You're one of those kinder, right? Or are you a kid? I can't tell."
I'm a kinder, indeed.
"Oh, cool. I'm just a kid. Well, sorry, that sounds racist. I'm a human kid." "Wait, that doesn't make it better."
And then Script is like,
"All right, folks. Who's talking first? Who's yapping? I need names. What are your names?"
Realizing that none of his teammates are gonna come forward because they've all somehow lost their nerve, Melvin's gonna very nervously be that one, I guess, because nobody's saying anything. So Melvin's sort of freaking out, and yeah, he's gonna say, "Well, my name's Melvin. This is Lyx, Sneak, And Willow, sir.
For the names, got them all down. Tell me about yourselves. Where are you from? What's going on?
Melvin looks to Lyx.
Oh, well, most of us are from Vogler that are on the docks right now, and we have no place to stay. One, we're just told that we're not going to have any housing here, and army of dragons has recently burned down Vogler.
An army of dragons, you say?
Yeah.
Huh.
Vogler is gone.
Now
Yeah.
this sounds a bit like the stories from the east as well. And he's writing down furiously all these notes. So Vogler and Kerr and Kendermore experiencing dragon attacks. Interesting. And tragic.
Yeah, super interesting.
And then he's kind of like jotting this all down. And he says, "What happened? What's the truth?
Well-
You gotta let me know first, because if anyone else gets hold of this story, they're gonna bullshit this all the way around. I promise I will just tell what you guys tell me."
We were there. I mean, sir, Vogler's gone. The invincible dragon army, an army that spreads from here to over there. They came in a sweat. Draconians, I think. And
Draconi, what?
Draconians.
And then he kind of asks you how to spell that, and and you go through that. He's like, "I have not heard of them. Who are they?"
Well, there's lots of strange things happening now. So they're they make up the bulk of this invincible army. They look almost dragonoid. Yeah, dragons in appearance.
Yeah, so I guess for the sake of time, yeah, so you tell them all about the descriptions of the Draconians, that they're these reptilian, dragonoid, humanoid things. What else? What else do you guys just kind of tell them? Like, how much are you willing to share to this head journalist of Scoop News? So they've written down all about the army attack, Vogler being destroyed. They're writing all this down furiously.
I'll tell them that the leaders' names appear to be Consaldi and Ignia. Ignia being the dragon.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he gets down Consaldi, Fire Eyes, and Ignia. And this will matter what you guys tell this person.
I'm just gonna pipe up and say that while they let us leave, they made it very clear that Kalaman is next. And I know that you are a proud people who have survived a lot. This is big, and you need to get ready.
Yeah, it sounds like I won't even be safe in the sky, judging by all those dragons flying around. I don't think I can dodge all those flame blasts. Nope, not me, not Scrib.
And then he's like kind of writing all that down.
Says, I'm gonna have to get some kind of a flame-resistant suit or something, Timmy, we got anything in the shop for that?
And Timmy's like, "No, sir."
What about you, Mr. Kender, Mr. Sneak?
Nothing.
Okay, you go by your name. I respect that. All right. Anything else, folks? This is all alarming. How'd you all survive?
Melvin looks around and is like, he tries to suggest that we should all be on the down low with that. They kind of a conspiratorial look to Lyx, to Willow, and back to like Sneak. We're not telling him too much about ourselves personally. Bronzebear's felt.
Yeah, and honestly, like he's still kind of mad, like he doesn't know what's going on. He's not as trusting and friendly as he used to be. You know, he's a little bit more hesitant about shit now. So
Yeah, you're far from home now. You're in this weird new city.
Yeah, I'm gonna level with you. We mostly just packed up and ran. There wasn't a whole lot we could do, and we did what we could, but we got out of there.
Yeah, like your mayor. We did. I was able to talk to your mayor a few hours ago, and basically that's what he did too. I think the Bacarises were their names. I think
Melvin looks at
what?
both of them. Did you say Baccharis? Mayor?
That's what he claimed he was.
Have you already
You-
printed that? Because if so, you're gonna need a redaction.
None of it's printed. This story is fresh off the press, still in my notepad.
Yeah, no, he kind of abandoned the town. He actually could have helped save a lot more people. If
Your
you want
mayor
to
abandoned
talk
the
to the
town?
real mayor, she's over there, Mayor Raven. She's on the other side of the docks. You might want to talk to her.
And then
The
he kind of
Bacarises
looks
are
he
just
kind of looks over and he's
cowards.
like, talking to Fizzban over there?
Yes.
Okay, wow. Now this is dramatic. Now this is a real story here. And he starts writing this all down.
Where did you say
Mayor,
that?
Mayor's lying, Lord Baccaris says, yeah, oh, sorry, I'm getting lost in the job. As someone who cares about truth and justice, I will tell you exactly where they're at. They went straight to Castle Calaman, and they are meeting with the High Council as we speak. I believe about what to do about Vogler.
Okay.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, no, we're gonna kind of look around at each other. I'm like, if this interview is over, if you've gotten everything you need, I appreciate your time. Guys, we're gonna go get him, right?
Wait, no. I understand what you're saying. Just 1 second. I think this will be helpful for you all. Castle Calaman is heavily defended, and actually, yeah, let's crouch down. And he kind of like crouches down and tries to draw you into the group. Do you guys come into like a huddle? And then like little birds start flying around and kind of jumping on his shoulder. And then he kind of talks to them. He's like, stop being so nosy. I'll tell you all later. Just go away. Go. Shoo, go with your sparrows. No, I don't have any birdseed. Go. And he's like, all right, sorry about that. They leave me alone, or they help me out. I help them, whatever. They give me the scoop, they're flying around all the time, and they're very easy to get information from. Okay, sorry, getting lost in the work again. Yeah, so you didn't get this from me. You didn't hear this from me, but if you climb up Castle Calaman, enter the first gate, right? The gardens are on the east side of the castle. There's a public garden that's open all night. However, the royal hedge maze is behind that garden, and that's closed. But if you enter from under the daylily patch, there is a hole where you can sneak into the hedge maze. From there, you get through the maze, dodge the guards, go up a window or the stairs if it's open, and you can find your way to the stairwell that leads to the High Council. However, if you get caught, you can get in big doo-doo, and not the good kind of poop. I'm talking doo-doo. So you got all that?
Wait, so where are they meeting? Do they meet at the top, at one of the top?
Not at the top. Second floor of Castle Calaman, the old throne room.
Okay.
Is there any way you could send
And then
some
he kind of like
friends ahead?
he kind of like looks around and like is kind of cleaning his coat off a bit. Then my bird friend's ahead. What do you mean? Do you speak bird?
No, I'm asking you, because if they can let them know that the Carises are full of shit before we get there, we look a lot better having broken in anyway.
You want my little? You're talking about like songbirds and sparrows, and then he's like, there's like a little songbird like on his shoulders going.
Sure. I don't know how this works.
You want them to enter the castle? I mean, they go in there and get lost.
What, like it's hard?
Well, no, but they're birds. I don't know. I'm an Aarakocra. I'm not a bird.
Understood. Just seeing if we can do anything to help us look a little less bad for sneaking in the way we're probably gonna try.
I think, can I like persuade him to like us and spin the story a little bit?
Sure. Go. What are you trying to spin?
Baccharis is full of shit.
You can do
Like-
an insight check on him.
Holly said vibe check.
Yeah, you can do a vibe check. Yeah, from what you can tell, he seems to believe your words, but he definitely wants to go talk to Mayor Raven immediately as soon as he's done chatting with you all, and he wants to interview probably more people around here. As you know, if there's poop, if there's good poop, he's got a good scoop. So.
Lyx wants to persuade him that like a key point in this narrative is that like we've already been through so much and they're not trying to help us. They're telling us to sleep on the docks tonight.
And then he's like, "Oh, I understand that. It's really messed up. I'm telling you I'm telling you the truth because that's what I care about. If you just try to go straight into that castle, they're not going to let you in. These guards don't get paid enough to let you in. I promise you that."
No,
You're
that's
gonna-
fine. I'm trying to tell you that a central part of your story that you're sharing needs to be that there are people, that there are houses available, and that people need to be able to have access to them.
Yes, and that despite the fact that we're coming from a small town, these people are very smart. They have skills that they can and will use for Calamon. They're not just freeloading.
Oh shit, sorry. Darrett's been here too, I feel like, because you guys kind of dragged him along. So I feel like Darrett's been involved in this. Scrib, the head journalist, is moved by what you guys are saying. And he's like, it's definitely an injustice. I mean, I've written stories already about it, from the Kender that are out in the trade camps to the people from Kerr and Solamnia just out in the trade camp settlements. It is an injustice, and I tell you what, this city is not doing enough for those people. So if you see this High Council, you give them a piece of my mind. They hate me, though. They don't care about me. They much rather support that Canids news, Fox. Ah, damn Canids.
I did roll a persuasion check of 21. Just
So this is for what exactly? Just the sentimental
the
aspect.
storytelling, what I want to be made clear into the news that's going to be spread around. I mean, I don't know how many
Cool.
people read this paper, but
All right, he writes it in big letters. Voglin's biggest city to save. He's trying to come up with a headline. He's like, all right, help me cook here. You can help too, Goldfinch. Just don't be too chatty. And there's like a little goldfinch like going like right next to his left shoulder. And he's like, Voglin's mount tremendous defense against Red Dragon Army left abandoned in the city ports. How's that?
that's pretty good. All right, should we go try and get into this council meeting?
And then Darrett's like, should Mayor Raven go, or I guess she might not be able, she probably wouldn't want to sneak around like this. Ah, shit.
She probably wants to make sure everyone here is okay too.
Yeah, and Melvin, you kind of remember her saying, like, I'm not Mayor, like, just call me Raven as well. Alrighty, well, anything else, folks? I don't want to keep you waiting. This meeting's probably going to start any minute now.
Right before we go, I want to grab Sneak and Darrett real quick, because I think she can sense that they've been really angry lately, and basically tell them, like, we've got to focus. But once we get there and everything's dealt with, we can take care of the Bacarises, and that can help you get some of your anger out. Don't let it take over, but it's nice to have a little outlet. And leave it at that.
Heard.
Her.
Hold up, folks. I'm writing down this headline. It's too good for me to forget.
Bird. Bird is word.
All right, this is the last thing I'll do for you all. I'm gonna make an opening for you, and you guys kind of notice all the city guards taking note of the people, you know, kind of not letting anyone through. And he's like, "You guys gotta sneak on through whenever you're ready. So if there's anything else you guys want to do here before you break through, now's the chance." He says, "Just give me the signal. I'll create an open."
Lyx
Go
does
ahead.
her best job to make a kingfisher call sound to Waywin and Bilbrix as they leave.
Performance check, I think.
Just to indicate
Or
I'm
survival.
going.
Or survival. I'll let you choose. Performance or survival.
16.
Oh shit. So they may or may have not heard that, but the kingfishers from the boats fly over
Yeah,
and they land on Scrib's shoulders. And they're, oh great, new friends. I just needed you all. I needed more. And he kind of goes like, he kind of starts doing a little bird noise and kind of does this weird like male bird dance. He's kind of like looks like a little ballerina hopping around, and more birds start flying on him, flying all over his head and shoulders, and some of them kind of take shits on him. He puts on his goggles as some poop kind of like goes down his goggles too. He's like, that's why I have the goggles, folks. And then he says, alrighty. And then he says something in bird, which you guys don't understand, and suddenly all the birds start flying toward the city guards and just scrambling around them, just flying all over them, and the guards are like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, now's your chance, go, go, go.
All right.
What the hell? These birds, it's like that one play from Hilfred Atchcock. Hilfred Atchcock, the famous dwarven director of plays. And you guys are able to sneak through. I'll say that you don't even have to roll for stealth because the opening is good enough. And yeah, you guys break through thanks to the help of your good new journalist friend, Scrib. And then he kind of yelled at you and says, oh wait, I would like to hire you all, but I guess we can talk later. He's kind of insinuating that if you have more stories to share, he'll pay you. And he's like, and I would have paid you just now too, but I forgot. But yeah, he's gone. So remember that if you want to get your money from him and maybe help each other out in the future, you can.
One thing about the Bronze Spurs, they are going to come collect their coin.
I was about
Yeah.
to say we will come to collect.
So you can get paid on
Literally
commission.
writing it down.
It's basically commission pay. Like the juicier the story or whatever it is, it'll become headlines. I'm also thinking that he might be, unless you guys hate the voice or whatever, he might be the recap person moving forward. Whenever I give the recaps, and maybe it'll be in the style of headlines or whatever, just to kind of give that city vibe for this section of the story. So there you go. There's Scrib. I was very excited to bring him out. You all are running through. Imagine this is kind of nighttime, right? But the streets are still pretty well lit up. You guys see all kinds of people, right? You hear all kinds of murmurs and crowd talking, people talking, having conversations. You do see large minotaurs like Hannah just kind of walking around the streets like normal. You see all kinds of elves. You see Kender running around. And then, yeah, you guys see stands, market stands. You see all kinds of tents. You see more statues, but they're kind of flying by you, right? You see all this really cool architecture at running speed, as I'm assuming you guys are just running toward Castle Calaman, which is very easy to see, right? Easy to see, to get to. Can you all actually do Constitution checks and just kind of tell me what you get? Let's see how out of breath you all are.
I got 11.
Yeah, Lyx, you're fucking exhausted, right? You are super, super tired, but you're
I'm
hanging
trying
in
to
there.
keep pace with the willows of the
God.
world.
Derek actually looks like he's not doing well. He looks like really, really exhausted. Sneak and Melvin are doing great. Willow, I don't know if you rolled, but yeah, Derek looks really rough right now and definitely might need some help from the people that are doing well, as he looks like he's about to collapse. Okay, so you got the 9. We'll call that the 9. You're not doing too hot either, Willow. The exhaustion is starting to really kick in. How do you guys handle this exhaustion just running through the streets? Derek actually has to stop. He actually stops and like next to a market stand, and he's just like, sorry guys. I guess I'm just more exhausted than I thought.
That's okay. I mean, there's like a lot of fruit right here. Do you want me to buy you some?
Would you?
Yeah.
I guess meanwhile, Melvin asks the group what they think. Should they try to use magic to sneak in? I guess since they're alone for a second.
Yeah, so you're at the stand. So
And
Melvin,
then-
while you're doing that, Lyx, this fruit vendor, looks at you and Darrett, and he says, "Hey, what's up, bros?" And then he actually looks at Darrett and says, "Huh? Are you my dad? Huh? What's up, Dad? Hey, I'm Coconut Chris. Welcome to my fruit stand, bros." And this guy looks just like me. This guy looks like this. This is my NPC. Some random fruit vendor in the streets of Calaman. I'll say that he's got a way bigger beard. Kind of looks like he was on a desert island. So imagine me with like a desert island beard. But besides that, instead of this hat, he also has like half a coconut on his head. And yeah, he's Coconut Chris. And Darrett's like, what? No, I'm not. I can't be your dad. I think my friend wants some fruit. He's like really,
Yeah.
he's like kind of nervous and weird.
Hi, Coconut Chris. Do you have like what is the best fruit that you have for energy?
Oh, well, that's an easy one. It's got to be the coconut. And then he grabs a coconut and kind of like breaks into it with you know, a knife or whatever, and then sticks a straw in. This will get you pumped up real good. Those electrolytes, bro, they're like crazy.
Yeah, how much?
Well, I'm actually doing a discount for refugees. Are you guys refugees by any chance?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so our discount actually makes it let me check the numbers real quick. And then he kind of like grabs this really shitty notepad that looks really wet and dirty. And he's like scribbling something on it. He's like, oh yeah, it'll be free. So you can have that, buddy.
There you go.
And
Thanks.
then
Chris.
Derek drinks it up and he's like, oh, this is great. He's like, yeah, you can also throw it at someone and it hurts. It might not kill them either. But don't you didn't get that from me. So Derek has a coconut that can do 1d4 damage if he needs it. And it might not kill them if he doesn't hit too hard. Yeah, it's just a bonk.
Hearing that, Willow is also going to ask for one.
Oh, cool. I'm guessing you're all refugees? Well, fuck. I guess there's no way I can confirm that, but just trust you all and believe in the good heart and will of the people and the universe. All right, here you go. And he gives you a coconut. He stabs it and gives you a coconut with a straw.
Also one, please.
Oh God. Okay. All right. I guess I gotta
I'll give you
eliminate-
1 gold though. I will give you 1 gold because I appreciate your patience and your kindness with us so much.
It's only 1 silver, really? Just a gold?
I'm gonna give you a gold, a whole gold.
Oh well, I mean, you basically just paid for like 10 people, man. Thank you.
I'm down. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, there's other people in line and they're like, wait, did he just pay for us? Yay! It's like, you know, if you pay for the McDonald's person before you or whatever, that's basically what you did in a weird medieval fruit stand setting. And he's like, well, this is fucking great. I think I'm gonna get a drink after this. Thanks, man.
Of
You're
course,
the best
let me have
refugee
one.
ever. Here you
Oh,
go, bud.
Chucks, mister. Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so I guess you all have coconuts. So the coconuts, you can do either a strength. None of you are proficient in coconut throwing, so no proficiency bonus there. But you can add your strength or dexterity when you throw it, or bonk someone, and it does 1d4. And depends on how hard you hit, but it's probably non-lethal. So you can knock someone out with these. Does that make sense? So basically 1d4 damage, you're not proficient in it, and then we can improv from there. Is that it for Coconut Chris? And then he kind of looks at Derek and is like, you sure you're not my dad? You kind of look like him. And then Derek's just like, oh, thank you so much, sir. And kind of just keeps like running again toward Castle Calaman.
Do you have a business card?
Oh, business card. Oh yeah. And then he kind of like rips off a piece of his notepad and scribbles his name. It just says Coconut Chris. And then like he kind of puts his hours, like he's like, I kind of move around. Normally it's the south and the east of the city. That's pretty much it. You know, the shitty parts.
Okay, cool. You know, there's a lot of refugees on the docks if you wanted to bring
really?
them. Yeah.
Huh. Oh well, with this gold, I'm actually feeling more generous. You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll move over there once I get these people through.
Cool. I'll give you a gold too.
Cool. Awesome. Maybe I'll find my dad out there. Who knows?
So if we're running away now, I'm just gonna like yell behind us, oh yeah, and shop at Zoblob, and just keep going.
And then maybe he writes it down. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Maybe he writes it down. But yeah, you guys are approaching Castle Calaman. And along the way, as you're climbing this really steep mountain, there's more and more of these giant pillars with amazing colossal stone statues of different heroes. I'm assuming at this point, though, you guys aren't really trying to pay attention to what they look like. If you want, you guys could do a perception check at disadvantage if you want to try. But otherwise, it's really hard to tell if you're just running. That's Castle Calaman, right? You guys are kind of like at the entrance gate over here at the bottom. You get in and you see these massive walls, right, lining around you. More of these like soldiers and what look like heroes and maybe some dragons, like as giant colossal statues kind of lining up the walls of this first layer of this massive castle. You guys see people just kind of walking around. There's a big, beautiful fountain in the middle. Some kids are kind of running around, throwing water at each other. You can see people that look like they're kind of going on dates. As there's like really tall stairs that head up into the towers of the castle that are heavily guarded, guards all along the stairwell and definitely at the very top of the stairs. But this section looks open to the public. It looks like a place to hang out. There's benches, there's some trees around, kind of like a public park, honestly, like a big public park. And then to the east or the right of the entrance, just like Scribs said, is kind of this big garden section. And then, yeah, and to the left, it looks like there might be more vendors, maybe more people kind of set up. And then straight ahead is just the stairwell that leads straight to the keep, but it's heavily guarded.
Let's find this garden.
All right, I want you all to do investigation, nature, or survival checks, whichever you want.
You said nature or survival?
Yeah, whichever one you think will help you the most. I think with these high of rolls, oh my God. Okay, what the fuck? With these high of rolls, the average is super good here. So what I'll say is that you all actually look super like in tune with the nature here, right? You look like you're really enjoying the flowers and Sneak, you're like, ah, look at these petunias over here. And oh my God, look at the irises. They're coming into bloom. Ah, this is the time for them. As you inch closer and closer toward the daffodil bushes. And I'll say the survivalists kind of are keeping an eye on on guards and stuff. The guards kind of like look around and then they turn around and that's when they signal the survivalists. So Sneak, I think, and Willow, you signal Melvin and Lyx, go, start crawling and into the daffodil bushes. And they keep going and going and going, and then you two shortly join after. And eventually you all make it into this. So is it kind of dark? Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, I see exactly what you see, Sneak. That's cool. And but it's gonna block the walls, right? So you have to find the entrances, right? And you can walk around like normal as well. So you guys can play around with that a bit. Don't go too far. Just kind of stay in that square. Holy shit! Really loud thunder, that scared the shit out of me. But yeah, you guys can play around with that for a second. But also, I want you all to roll initiative because now you are in guard territory. And the way this is going to work is that you're not really in combat unless you want to be. But maybe in the back of your head, know that if you're trying to kill and attack Calaman's guards, that might not go well with you with the law here. But the guards are here.
What's with me in sevens today? I swear.
Yeah, normally it's a lucky number, but not in D&D.
A lot of low numbers.
A lot of low numbers here. Let's see what the guards get. Hilarious. Okay, so I think you guys did better than my guards, which is good. All right, so we have 9 for Melvin.
While we're all trying to figure this out.
Yeah, you guys can chat.
I feel like I have a way to help, but I need to know who would be the best at talking with the council people.
Well, I guess I can try.
Okay. I walk up to Melvin. I take his hand. De sola araña para ti, para ti. For the next hour, you have spider climb.
Oh, fuck. This is not from your feet, right? This is the
This
spell
is
you
not
chose?
from my
Okay,
feet.
okay.
You can move up, down, across vertical surfaces, upside down, while your hands are free. And you have climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
I heard somebody I'm in this building alone, and I heard somebody
Oh
pull
yeah,
on the
you're at
door.
work. You're at work. I forgot. Shit. Is it okay? Are you
Yeah, it
scared?
just scared. Yeah, it scared me a little bit.
Oh no.
I was like,
Shit.
what the fuck?
Where are you, just in case? Okay, do you guys want to take a break actually before we start? I have the initiative down. Lyx just cast spider climb on Melvin, which is hilarious. And then
Nice.
we just have an hour left pretty much.
Okay.
So you guys want to take a 10-minute break?
A few minutes later.
What you guys are seeing, you guys are now in the royal hedge maze. These hedges are about 7 to 10 feet tall. So we'll keep that in mind if you're gonna start climbing over them, Melvin. Yeah, it's pretty dope. So yeah, so we start with Melvin actually. You're at the top, believe it or not, with your roll of 9.
I guess I'm gonna climb and kind of look.
Where are you trying to
Yes.
climb? I might have to help you a little actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and sneak.
Okay, so you're gonna head down?
Yeah.
Cool. So that is actually a passage. You discover that that's a passage right there that you just walked under.
Okay.
It's not a hedge, so it's actually a passage. So you're able to, I don't know, tell your friends see you go through under this big hedge there.
Signal them to come, and then I'll end my turn, I guess.
Cool. Do you wanna you don't want to climb anything yet, or I don't know, take the hide action or dash? You guys can dash too to
Ooh.
move double your movement.
I guess I'm gonna climb and look to the right.
Over here?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's a
Okay.
wall right there. Yep. But heading, so both of the areas you're in right now so far, it looks like there's openings heading down on both of them.
I'm gonna wait for the friends to catch up.
Are you gonna stay on this side or climb back over?
Climb back over.
Okay, yeah, so Melvin, you guys just see Melvin in the dark, just fucking climbing around like this creepy, new and nesty being.
Ooh.
How do you feel, Melvin? You're just kind of like really powerful and looking around. You haven't noticed any guards yet.
Yeah, it was like a complete inversion. At first, Melvin sort of walks up and is like putting his foot there and it sticks, and then he's taking it down. He puts his foot there, takes it down, and he knows this is gonna work, but he's like, oh, oh
Yeah, so
shit.
I think the map kind of gets revealed a little bit when you guys walk through it. I had that setting on, so you should be able to see where your teammates are walking through. And I think I see that on Sneak's shared screen, which is cool. So yeah, so you guys have a little more understanding of the situation. Speaking of Sneak, you're up next, unless you have something else, Melvin. Anything else you want to do? All right, Sneak, you're next in this royal hedge maze.
I think I'm gonna just go ahead and move myself. Yeah, like
Yeah.
just kind of closer to Melvin.
Uh-huh.
Just so I can kind of have somebody to like hold close to, like I know where he is.
Yeah.
I just see him move, so.
You do have dark vision though as a Kender actually.
Oh,
But Melvin's vision is superior. And right
yeah,
now it's pretty dark out.
yeah, yeah, but that's the move.
What?
Cool. Any
have
action
dark
you want to
vision?
take?
Can I do like an investigation check to see if I can get any clarity or
Yeah.
any information?
Yeah. So what are you trying to investigate? Just kind of the hedges around you?
Yeah.
Sure, do an investigation check. Oh my God, what the fuck? This is amazing. I cannot believe you, Sneak. You find a secret opening over here, and the door should be open right here. There's a secret entrance over here. You kind of like dig through the bushes and find what looks like this royal kind of like key that you just turn, and it just pushes open.
Ooh, perfect.
You do have more movement if you want to go in there. But
Uh,
yeah, you just found literally a secret passage that I had there. It should be open now.
where is it? Is it like right here? Wait, how do you?
It's no, it's right here.
Okay,
Can you
I
see
see
my
it.
ping?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I saw it.
so literally to the left of you. If you weren't right there investigating, you would have not found this.
Oh,
Yep,
okay,
there it
hold
is.
on.
That's a secret opening right there that you just uncovered. That was
Okay.
locked previously. So now you
Oh.
can walk to the left there. Maybe you can move
Okay.
again. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a
Okay.
secret passage here all the way there.
I might enter it, and I might be, but before I go, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say, Melvin, dude, I found a little secret entrance.
Yeah,
Is it
I'll
the
move it.
daylily pad?
No, this is different. You guys came from over here with the daylilies. Sorry. So
Uh,
this is a part of the
This is
royal
the
maze.
this is how we get to the stairwell. Yeah.
It could be. It
yeah.
could be a way.
Do you
So
want to
yeah,
peek in?
Mm.
so next is Lyx, but Melvin can eventually go.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just maybe can move a little bit more into the doorway, but still have
Okay.
an eye on Melvin.
Okay, sure.
So right
Perfect.
there, and then I'm gonna end my turn there.
Cool. Yep, and you don't notice anything over or down there as far as you can tell.
Mm.
Lyx, you're next. That's amazing. I can't believe you fucking decided to investigate there, Colton. That's so cool.
That's awesome.
I'm getting flashbacks to now, like stumbling into the fucking evil mimic that was hidden. Oh, that's cool though. No, I mean, I put it there. I put a secret passage there.
Or a
I was
random waterfall passage. I'll find something.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm. Lyx is just tiptoeing along, seeing or hearing a gasp from Sneak following suit. And I think that's my entire movement is right there.
Okay,
But I will hide.
nice. Cool. So you take the hide action.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I guess roll stealth. Nah, you don't have to because you have time. You're not under pressure. You just take the hide action.
Okay.
So I guess perception has disadvantage and you actually kind of forget what that is. Okay, you have advantage on your attacks. I'll say that perception against you is at disadvantage
Okay.
as well. I feel like that's how it should work. So that's it.
That's it.
All right, Willow, let's go. I like it. Keeping it snappy as you guys go through the maze.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow them. And I think I will also take the hide action just in case somebody comes walking by.
Perfect. All right. So I moved my fellas, and suddenly, Lyx, you do notice a guard down this alleyway. Lyx and maybe Sneak right down here.
Mm.
And you kind of just see him like looking around. I actually roll at disadvantage for him. His perception. Ooh, it's not terrible. All right, I'm gonna have to actually ask you to roll your stealth now, Lyx, at advantage. 18 is that thing I heard? All right, you're good. Yeah, he's just kind of looking around. He's like, fuck, it's late. Oh shit. Well, whatever. And then he kind of like steps back and walks back into the darkness over there somewhere. But you have that information, and that's the guards. Now we're back to Melvin, just climbing along the hedge. I love that Sneak fucking found this passage. But yeah, Sneak, it's like maybe you feel like it's kind of like almost like a kid's secret passage. Maybe like the royal kids of the past created, had this installed into the maze to make it easy to get out when they got bored or something. Because it looked like a very kind of childish, kind of like cute, but fancy, hidden little turning thing, kind of like a golden pendant with different ornamentation that you turn, and then it just kind of opens like a gate all of a sudden. So Melvin, did you jumping over? You're climbing over here?
Yeah, and then I'm kind of like hiding next to the entrance, and I'm gonna wait for my friends to catch up. No, go through it.
Yeah, you guys can like communicate as long as you're near each other. You can do like you can whisper and stuff. So yeah, so
Okay.
there's hedges along both of these sides, 7 to 10
Mm-hmm.
foot tall hedges. I don't know if you want to climb those. There was a guard that was just there that Lyx just saw, and I'm sure she would tell you like, watch out. There's a
Yeah.
guard.
Yeah. So hide.
So he's around the corner right here. I mean, he looked around down the line and then he kind of turned around. I'm sure Lyx, I mean, you guys can tell that he's like on patrol, right? He's doing the rounds. You guys can imagine some spy music.
Oh, I'm hiding, and my turn. Yes.
Okay, cool. We got Sneak again and then Lyx.
Are we going into this? Yes.
Isn't that why we're here?
Alright, let's do this. I am just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to, while I'm remaining hidden and stealthy and sneaky, I'm gonna just ride up. I see, okay.
So
Well,
I
I
moved
just,
you out there.
I'll move to just here, but I just wanted to stay like as little and hidden as possible. I see now what it is. Thought it was something
Yeah.
else, but
Do you see the guard there?
I
You
don't think
probably
I do.
I think I barely see him on your screen. He's right there though. You can definitely hear him.
Would he see me if I was right there, you think?
His back is actually turned to you. He looped around.
Okay. I could do that, and then I could like maybe hit him with a blunt arrow that I have, one of the blunt arrows that I got.
Sure, do
Knock
it.
his
And
ass out.
this will be at advantage.
Okay. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna load. Do I have to do like, let's say I load it up and then,
Yeah, just roll to hit. Yeah, roll to hit. You're loading it up and it's at advantage. So it's gonna be your highest roll.
so what is it? Like, what do I roll?
Do you have the weapon? You might not have the weapon. Can
Crossbow
you hit the,
gauntlet.
does it have the +4? It should have the +4. You could also just roll a d20 and add +4.
Alright,
Fuck.
give me one second.
Yeah, +4 to it.
Where's my little dice thing? Oh, here it is. D20.
Oh, you rolled 4 of them though.
Oh shit, my bad.
Let's do.
Let's just do the first two are 9 and 9, so then plus
That's
4,
crazy. What a
10, 11,
weird.
12, 13. So
So
13 both
yeah,
times.
13. Okay. That does actually hit just barely.
Thank God.
Go ahead and roll your damage, and that's a lot of damage actually. That's your blunt, which is a d6 plus all your rogue shit. Are you at 3d6 now? For the sneak attack, sorry. Yeah, you are.
I
No,
am?
you're at 2. Sorry, you're at 2. So go ahead and roll 2d6 with your damage.
2d6.
Oh God. Oh, okay.
And then they just get the 2
Oh,
on them.
and then one more d6 for your normal damage. Okay. So
And then plus 2.
6, 8, 10. Okay. That's hilarious. So you put this blunt arrow in your thing, launch it at this unsuspecting guard at advantage, hit him right in the head, and he falls unconscious in one hit. These guys don't have too much health. Nice.
It's clear!
And he is non-lethally taken out and just kind of flops over. He's there. Let me see if I can mark him with like a sleepy sign or something. But he is this guy is down for the count.
Okay, so is that my action?
That is your action. You still have your bonus action and your other if you want to use that.
Can I just grab my punching thing back, my
Yeah,
sandbag?
you know what? Yeah, you get it back. You get it back. It was a clean enough hit. It didn't break. Yep. So you have full ammo on those. Yeah, I forgot I gave you ammo there. Nice. But yeah, if you have nothing else, then Lyx, you can go. The guard is knocked out already.
Alright, Lyx gonna move forward. That's all I got. I want to stay concentrated, so I will take the hide action again.
Perfect. Alrighty. Now we have Willow.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do what everybody else is doing, kind of sneak forward a little bit
Yeah.
and then take the hide action.
Cool. This is awesome.
I think that's what I got.
Alrighty. I like it. I like the slow, stealthy bronze bursts. All right, it's the guards' turns, so I will do stuff for them. But Melvin, you're up pretty much.
I said 30 feet of movement and then hide. I think it's here. Or like here.
Cool. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Sneak.
Alright, I think I'm gonna just go ahead, move him down
Okay.
here,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll.
Yep, so now you could see down here, Sneak, right? You could see that there's a clear path there
I
towards
think
something.
I think I'm gonna just hide right here. I think I just want to creep down to the corner and I'm gonna stay put.
Cool, you're hiding behind this guard right now who's kind of like knocked out against the hedge right now. You can kind of see
100%.
him now. He's got like a black beard, looks like youngish, maybe 30-year-old guy, plopped down with the Calaman City Guard outfit. Nothing special, not a soldier, just a guard. Cool, that's it for you, Sneak?
Well, maybe we should take his clothing.
All right.
I have
But
disguise self, and now that I've seen his face, Melvin could, and then dispel it.
Okay. I really like this. So for the sake of the speed, let's say we do this. We all
problem
do it.
is I can't wear it though.
There's no turns right now. So Melvin, you know this information from Sneak. What are you guys gonna do? And yeah, and Lyx and Willow, you all know this information now. For
If
there's no turns right now. So if you guys want to do this as like a thing, you can.
Oh, let's pretend to escort them to the room.
yeah,
Yes.
They're escorting you all.
Yes.
yeah, that's
Okay.
genius.
All right. So how's this looking? You guys gotta sell me the plot here. What's going on? The trap.
Melvin sort of thinks about it. He's running through some of the things that Melodia's been whispering to him. And he's like, wait a minute, I think I have a song for this. And so he looks at the guard, takes his clothes, and now I'm gonna stand behind him. Do I need to cast disguise self?
I'm gonna be the one that
So
takes his clothes
you're
though.
taking, so the guard's in his underwear now, right? He's in his boxers. Okay, so your clothing can change too, so someone else can use the clothing actually.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
I will say that it will only probably fit well on Willow, and it'll still be probably tight on Willow because she's strong and big. So the Kender and the gnome are gonna look kind of goofy with this outfit for sure, unless they do a two-man thing. Oh
Just,
God.
I think honestly, we could probably just save your disguise self, and then you could probably just use those clothes, and then just
You
mob
guys
us
could be
around.
multiple guards though, right now, if you want to.
I
So
think
one of
I
you
think
could definitely look exactly.
Willow.
Melvin
I
could
think
look like this
Willow
guy,
should throw it on.
and you two are the prisoners or something.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna put
shorties?
on the pallid leather gloves with ivory fingernails from
Okay.
Zoblob to look extra creepy.
Okay. Just a criminal. Okay. So, okay, Melvin, you're turning into the black-haired guard that is knocked out. I'm guessing you guys are gonna throw him in a bush somewhere, try to throw him in the head.
I was gonna say I put on the clothes and I kind of just like kick him into the bush a little bit.
This
Okay,
poor
cool.
naked man.
Yeah, naked guard just kind of
He's
thrown in
underwear.
there.
He's not naked.
He's just doing his job, and you guys beat him up, throw him into a bush, take his clothes. So Willow, you're dressed as this guard now. You have the guard outfit, and then Melvin, you look exactly like this guard. So I'm assuming you're leading the way, Melvin. I guess what's the
Holly's
order
gonna
here?
be in the back. Yeah.
Okay.
Holly's gonna be in the back. Melvin's gonna be in front. Lyx or Sneak, call it. How do you guys want to be arranged?
Arm in arm.
Okay.
The light is off now as you guys are in this crazy disguise. So now you guys can see
Sweet.
the full
Oh.
full maze. Yep. Suddenly you're approached by this guard. And he sees you, his ally. He says, "Oh, pretty boring ass night, isn't it, Bob?"
I'm going to make a deception check.
What are you deceiving him, or how? Just your existence?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna see how well he believes it, or I don't know if that's persuasion or performance or deception.
Okay, to discern that you're disguised, a creature can use its action to. So this guy doesn't even. I'm not even gonna make him use an action because he has no reason to believe you're not Bob.
Yeah. Do you want me to RP it or roll for it?
You can do deception still,
Okay.
and do it at advantage because you're literally this person. You look like them. That's pretty good. Oh, you rolled all right, but you rolled better. Yeah, so he believes you're Bob. He's a boring ass night. If you want to role play this, we can.
For the sake of time, let's keep going.
Sure. All right, Bob. I guess you're really diligent today, man. Fine, I'll go back to my fucking circles then. I hope your wife is okay. And then he like kind of walks back and he's like, Jesus, man, can't even talk in this fucking boring maze. All right, so then yeah, the path looks open and you can tell that over here there's a big opening, Melvin, that leads to a stairwell with more guards at the top, a couple guards at a door, and then there is a window over here that you guys could potentially sneak toward. Probably this is the one that Scrib must have been talking about. So you have two choices here again. You have the guard way or this window. The window will take some climbing and opening and such. And the
Climbing, you said. Yep. Stick together. We're gonna go the guard way.
Really? Okay. Cool.
Right?
So you approach the guards with the group now, right? And
Yeah.
Willow has a fake guard in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And then the guards kind of look at you and say, "Oh, huh, you found these lovebirds messing around in the maze?"
Yeah, we're gonna it's Melvin trying to be like Butch. It's we're gonna take him to the council, I guess.
The
Or
council.
the hold. The hold.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes more sense. Sure. All right. And then they like
Oops.
they kind of part ways. I will have Willow do a deception check though. You could do it at advantage because you're dressed up and your friend helped you set the scene. But they might have, they're looking at you and they should know they're homies. Okay, you're good. They kind of look at you like one of the guards looks at you and says, "Wow, Barbara, you really put on the muscles, huh?" And kind of like nudges you, and it's like, "All right, take these suckers to the hold. I'm sure they can bail out. You two,
Yeah, I think I'll just make like a little grunting noise and like very lightly like push sneak a little bit to kind of sell it.
Yeah, you little lovebirds will be all right. Don't worry. We get your cases all the time.
Can I do it again?
Well, if you do it too much, then it might be a problem, bud."
You're, okay.
Yeah, that's what they normally say. All right, so you guys kind of like go in and you enter, and it's these beautiful royal corridors. And you can see that there's a stairwell leading down, and then there's an area that kind of keeps going straight, and that's actually where the hold would be, the brig, toward the back of this second floor. But going down the stairwell would probably lead to the throne room, you assume. So I'm assuming you all will go that direction. You get there. Seems like there's actually no guards outside the door at the moment, but you do see Lord Baccharis the Younger waiting outside, just kind of like walking around, and then he sees you, Bob the soldier, and doesn't think much of it and kind of like walks around, and then he does a double take as he realizes he realizes who Lyx and Sneak are and hasn't noticed Willow quite yet. And then he looks at the soldier and says, "Ah, were they already up to stealing and no good?" And he's talking to you, Errol the soldier.
Oh, shut up, Baccharis.
Fuck you.
Well, soldier, take them to the brig. What are you waiting for? I'm gonna call more guards if you don't do this. Get them
Do you
out of
want
my
to get
sight.
do you want to get fleas again? Be quiet, please.
Can Willow
would
knock
do
him
that.
out?
You can try.
Should I? Party members?
Follow Willow's heart.
Oh, she's gonna hit him. Non-lethal hit. But she does have the armor on, so
So you're just walking out from behind.
yeah, I think she's just
And-
gonna kind of approach him. He may or may not recognize her. Either way,
He doesn't notice you. He's so focused on Lyx and Sneak. He's looking at them with anger, especially you, Lyx. and doesn't notice you. So this attack is at advantage.
Heck yeah. Okay. I can't find it on the sheet. I'm so sorry.
What,
Where's
is it
it?
Just
unarmed?
roll to hit. Are you gonna use the coconut? What are you using?
Yeah, what are you using to hit him? Hit him with the coconut!
It
I
depends on
guess
what
I'll
you're
hit him
using.
with coconut.
All right,
Bonk.
add your strength mod to that, and just bonk him at advantage.
So then roll.
Just roll a
So
d20.
20.
Yeah, roll a d20 and add your
Two
strength mod.
D20s.
Okay, that's great.
15
That
plus strength mod.
definitely hits. I guess roll the d4 damage and add your strength to that. Actually, fuck it. For the sake of the situation, you just come out with a fucking coconut. He is knocked out cold on the ground and just falls to the ground. And the doors to the throne room at the moment are totally, they're not open, but you guys can enter as Lord Bakaris Jr. is just on the ground knocked out.
Just
Well, he
really
can't
quick.
call for more guards now. What do we want to do with them?
We
wanna
just
drag
step
him in?
over him and knock on the door.
I want to drag him in. I don't want to take a chance he wakes up.
You know what? Hey, wait. You guys still look like guards. Why don't you just drag him in and say the treachery that he has caused? You both look like guards.
Yeah, because you guys can talk from the perspective of being Boglins and knowing that.
The only person I would say that knows you is Ilastrius. He should be in the room, right? That's the only person that would know any of you.
Except Bob.
Oh, and maybe Lord Bakaris if he's there. And yeah, Bob the fake soldier.
Okay.
You
If
guys
I'm
do
assuming
hear
Ilastrius is in there,
actually all of you can hear voices coming from the room inside. You kind of hear like yelling. You hear you definitely hear what sounds like Lord Bakaris saying like we have to blah, blah, blah. It's kind of hard to tell, but he's like yelling. Your shitty council members start yelling things too. I don't, if you guys want to jump in and say nonsense, you can. But yeah, you can hear Ilastrius is like, we can all just calm down, everyone, and it kind of it's still muffled. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but there's a lot going on in the council room right now.
Guys, all I'm gonna say.
Poultices.
Oh, all I was gonna say is that Barkaris is in there lying right now. That maybe we shouldn't try and be too fake, or they won't trust us. Cause like we have to like have something to.
Yeah,
show.
so I'll dispel the spell.
I
Oh,
take
okay.
the armor off and just put it around the corner so it's not like super obviously like behind us when we walk in.
So armor off, no longer Bob the soldier.
Are there other soldiers in the council room, you think?
It's impossible to tell.
Possible.
There's got to be soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just gonna pick Bakaris the Lesser and put him over my shoulder and wait for us to be ready to go in.
Nice. I like that you call him Bakaris the Lesser. That's a good nickname
Yeah.
for him.
The Elder and the Lesser.
So you guys just enter.
Deep breath in.
Cool. All right, well, you enter, and I'll move you all on roll 20 to the throne room where the council meeting is going. You guys enter from over here, and you guys you guys see all kinds of crazy characters, right? So you see Lord Bakaris looking Lord Bakaris looking shocked at all of you. What the fuck? He just says that out loud. It just slips. He's just totally shocked to see you all here right now. The same night, the same day that Bogler was devastated, you all somehow managed to make it into this important meeting. Potentially a meeting that's deciding something of the fate of Bogler. You see someone who looks very stern and serious heading the table, and he looks totally shocked. And he immediately looks over at Nestra. He looks at her and says, Nestra, what the hell? Get to them now. Who are they doing? Who are you all invading our council? And Nestra, she kind of is just leaning against the wall. She kind of has her head down, just leaning against the wall, not really paying attention, and then kind of like doesn't look at you guys. She actually looks straight ahead. And she starts counting. She says 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's someone, one of them's carrying someone. And then he's like, yes, yes, you got it right. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nothing. We'll be fine. And then he's like, what do you mean? Get them stopped. Well, let's hear what they have to say. And then Illustrious perks up and he's like, Paladine, forgive me! The Bronze Bombers! What are you all doing here? These are the Bronze Bombers I've told you all about. This is them! They're the ones who helped me get the painting and saved me. And then Nestra's like, yeah, I could feel your heartbeat, Illustrious. I knew they were chill. And you guys kind of get the impression, actually. Do a perception check, all of you. Cool. Willow, Sneak. You notice that Nestra, whoever this soldier in really glamorous armor is with 2 awesome looking swords, she's blind. She doesn't have what's it called, cataracts or whatever, like the fog over her eyes. She's totally blind, so she's sensing you all simply through movements in the earth or the tide or something. And oh, Lyx, you got a 12. Yeah, not quite enough because she's kind of far away for that. But you definitely see and notice Illustrious, obviously, as he perks up. So yeah, sorry, I didn't describe them too well. This guy, he's the governor. This is the governor, Miat. Looks pretty serious, kind of in his 50s, tan, has kind of some braids here. And then Nestra, who you assume is the marshal. And Lyx, because you purchased the newspaper, you might remember the headline of Marshal Nestra, the Rose Reborn. So you kind of make that quick connection there. And then, yeah, Illustrious perks up seeing you all. He looks pretty excited and very surprised to see you all here invading the council meeting. But he kind of looks relieved as well. And then there's Onyx Moragok, the High Councilwoman of Masonry. How does she react?
Who are they?
So yeah, she's just like, what the fuck's going on? Sitting across from from Illustrious. And then we have Thaddeus Timberjaw Blackwater and Maester Elementios, the High Councilman of Shipwright.
Elementios, like Elementios.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like he introduces himself even though no one asked. Like you just jump in and say your fucking name to these new people. Just blurting out and like coughing. How does Thaddeus react?
Nothing but refugees here. They're stopping all my ports. The imports and export business is very slow now. I understand that we're nice and we're doing this, but really, we still have a business to run. You see the veins come out of that, dude?
Super angry and hateful, just fucking going at you guys with that, assuming you're refugees right off the bat. That's awesome.
Worry not. I feel as though a poultice could probably cure whatever diseases they bring with them.
And then there's the guy whose back was against you all, a relatively young-looking elf with all kinds of gold and ornamentation. Looks kind of like a total sleazebag. He's pretty handsome, but he also looks like a scumbag. He's got his back to you all. He's got his feet on the table of the meeting, and leaning against the chair. And then he's been flicking around this like gold coin on all his fingers over and over and over again, just flicking them with excellent skill. And then he looks at you all and gives this kind of charming smile. He says, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, looks like things are finally gonna get interesting around here, huh?
And just says that to all of you. And he actually stands up and shakes all your hands and says, Theriatis. I'm sure you all voted for me, right? Theriatis, High Councilman of Trade. Nice to meet y'all. Do you all shake his hand? Who shakes his hand?
Nick does 2 fingers like this, like.
You all voted for me, right? I won the young vote. I won the young vote for this seat. I mean, my big logo, I'm sure you're familiar with it, right?
And Lyx, actually do an advantage intelligence. Actually, Lyx, you know. This was he was definitely promoting himself when you were here for school. And then he looks around.
Lyx will take on a fangirl moment.
Really? Okay.
Woo! There he is.
Oh yeah, so there we go. We got one of them, and then he like leans into you real close, like, and like kind of smiles, and you can see his two golden teeth that he has as his fangs there, and he says, "I'm sure you voted for me, Toots." And then he's like, "A pleasure to meet you. And what's your name?"
Lyx.
And then he kisses your hand actually and says, the pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine, Lyx. The pleasure is mine. Now tell us all, what's going on with you all? Why are you barging into our meeting? I like that attitude, by the way. That's how I do things. And then the governor says, Theriatus, please sit down. You do not run this council meeting. And he's like, yeah, sure, boss, sure. And he like goes back and like sits down in the chair and puts his feet on the table, and he kind of looks at you all and like moves his hand to like to join over, and the governor's like, actually you all are okay right where you are. Explain yourselves now before we call in the guards.
We have information. We can prove that Lord Baccharis is no mayor of Vogler.
And then Baccharis is like, this is preposterous. I've become appointed mayor just recently. Lord Ilastrius, of course you knew that Mayor Raven was mayor when you were there just a few weeks ago, but I was voted in as mayor due to her ineptitude with handling the Red Dragon army, which threatens our very town.
You've got that right, but when you elect yourself, when you dipped across the earth, Melvin is kind of mad. Melvin's really sort of feeling it. So I think he's gonna tell them about how Lord Baccharis like swept and left across the ocean and abandoned everyone.
And then the governor says, Lord Baccharis says he left first to call for immediate reinforcements to lead an attack back on Vogler. This is what he's told us, and we are discussing that option now.
No, he's lying. Looks towards the rest of the Bronzeburs.
Yeah, Willow's gonna speak up and recount how we witnessed Riss and his family die, and tell him point blank, if you had used your ship to get more people off, I think everybody could have survived. Riss could have survived. Lucky you still have a son. And she's just gonna not like throw him on the ground, but like not gently either, just put him on the ground.
And then like, yeah, I mean, at least Ilastrius is taken aback. The council, remember, you guys can all act as your council people too, and reacting to your own characters. Now you guys get to be DMs for a little bit. Ilastrius is kind of taken aback, like, oh, and then Lord Baccharis is like, what? This is blasphemy! Oh! And then like Theriatus is like, whoa! And he's kind of just smiling at that. Actually, he's secretly smiling at seeing how you guys are dealing with this situation. And Nestor kind of looks up at you all and kind of inches her chin up in interest. And then Lord Baccharis is like, what are we waiting for? Arrest them immediately! They've attacked my son and they're invading the castle! And then the governor's like, I'm inclined to agree. But what do you mean this child was killed? By whom? Do you explain it like exactly how it happened? Everything?
Yeah, minus anything that has to do with us having any tide or my wing situation. Everything we say is true.
So you talk about the full invasion. You talk about the full invasion in general, Consaldi, the dragon, dragon army.
That there is
everything.
no way that they can send reinforcements. They will all die immediately. They need to pool their resources here. And I talk a little bit more about risk because it seems like that's a good connector with the governor. And frankly, sir, we did not come here to harm you. If we had, we would have started already. We are here to give you information. I am not the best speaker, but that is what we are here for.
And Theriatus is like,
I think they're telling the truth. I don't know about you all, but that makes sense to me. I say we still go and pummel these chumps, so get them while they're down.
And then Lord Baccharis is like, that's exactly what I came here for, to get your reinforcements to attack. If they've already attacked Vogler, then I demand as mayor of Vogler, we need a full-on assault for revenge right now.
This man is stupid, but he has allowed his ships to be destroying my port. So now I have more work to do. This man cannot come up with stories such as this. He's too dumb. He must have been elected.
So Thaddeus totally believes in Lord Baccharis. Onyx, you can speak up if you want to.
I've been saying this for a decade. The bricklayers are the foundation. The foundation. We need to divert all resources to building up The fortress.
And then Theriatis is like, you want to keep on hiding and hiding and hiding. You think you can hide from a bunch of dragons? You got to go in and surprise them, sack them, get them from when they ain't even see it. And then Lord Baccharis is like, I fully agree, and I will lead this charge to defend Vogler myself. In fact, I am related to the great Baccharis himself, slayer of Takesis in the great First War.
Sir, you can stop talking. You were not there, but if you would like to go back on a suicide mission, I would happily let you. Anybody you send, you are going to lose. I don't know if any of you respect the council have seen a dragon before. I stopped counting after 100.
I've
I don't
slain
think you
dragons
know what's
before,
coming here.
Lord Baccharis says.
What, in your
Baccharis-
little games?
Baccharis has never had any blood of his own family or friends spilt on that ground. All he's done is been a monster. He ain't shit.
We used to work for him, and he was a terrible boss.
He was a shitty boss.
And then Ilastrius is like, emotions are very high right now, and I believe there's some great points being made across all avenues. But perhaps a harsh response to Vogler's situation is not the first thing we should do. Maybe we should focus on taking care of the Voglins here first, and then perhaps and then mounting our defenses here and preparing just in case.
I would agree, but that man should not be even considered.
Yes, if you'd like to meet the real mayor who was actually elected and kept their seat when this guy tried to overthrow her, she's down by the docks taking care of the people here. So if you want to, you can go see Mayor Raven, who is actually a descendant of, was it Vogler?
Jay
guy?
Vogler. Yeah, Jay Vogler.
Jay Vogler. This guy is basically just pretending to be her without any of the qualifications or any of the heart or courage.
You all cannot seriously believe thieves and brigands who are sneaking into Castle Kalaman, attacking my son, and who knows what they've done to the gods here. They're obviously armed still. What is going on here, Marshal Nestra? Aren't you going to do your job, or you can't see what's happening?
Now, wait a minute. A true leader is a leader with the people. I like this mayor, this dock mayor, just like me. Just like me, I'm with the people.
My docks are probably ruined.
But they present a health risk. We have no idea. I recommend that we release flies to fight them and study them. He's the worst public health agent. He really should have retired 15 years ago.
And then
He believes in the power of like dung. And then he starts going into a long explanation of how dung is actually very good and useful for
and
curing
then
wounds.
Theriatis comes in, he's like, all right, no, none of this shit right now. None of this shit. What the fuck are we talking about? Let's get back. Are we defending or are we attacking? What's going on? We playing ball or we not? And then Nestra actually looks at you all and asks, this Consaldi, she let you all go?
She told us to tell you what was coming. And if I were you, I would get ready. And like my friend, the big one, says,
How did you all survive?
well, you know,
Hiding.
All of you roll deception checks at disadvantage.
We stole one of their tanks.
Oh, you stole a tank
What?
and knew how to operate it? Oh, wow. These are really incredible rolls. What the fuck?
Honestly, we just ran. We fought when we could, but everybody ran. It was an evacuation mission from the beginning, and that's the truth.
Do you have one more deception roll, Errol? I see you got the natural 20, but I need the lower roll.
9.
My lower is the 20.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, you guys did amazing. What the fuck? Okay.
Oh, did mine whisper?
I didn't see the lower one.
Oh, 9.
I mean, that's really good. She totally has nothing against anyone except you, Melvin. She looks at you. She's like, I feel your heart beating real heavy, Melvin. You're not telling the truth.
No, that's just
How did
my
you survive?
anxious nature. Honestly, with my friends hiding. I've really been told I have a, kind of
Hiding,
nervous
and your friend there
disposition.
has an axe, and your other friend has hidden weapons. I feel a crossbow, a longsword, daggers.
And then the little one, maybe she's telling the truth, but I sensed her darkness. What about you, Melvin?
Uh, 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 I've I've done nothing but try to help the people of Vodglar.
And then Ilastrius kind of jumps in. He's like, I think you're getting the boy nervous, Marshal. They just survived a terrible disaster. And she's like, no, I'm getting at something here. So some of you are proposing to attack Vogler immediately and recapture it, and others want to fortify our defenses here. What do you all think? You Voglins who've escaped, who supposedly survived without fighting, what should be done? Should we attack or should we defend Calaman?
There's nothing left to save in
If you
Vogler.
guys want, we could stop there and you guys can think on that question.
Yeah, because I want to go get it back. So maybe we should think about it.
So take some time to think about how you all, this is where we'll pick up. We'll pick up right at this, crashing this High Council meeting. Oh, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.